Hello everybody, I'm Angelo. Been homeless in Northern Virginia for 4 months now. And I wanted to talk about what are the health consequences I've had since going homeless. Now, I've been living in my car, so not like too exposed to the elements or anything. I've never slept out on the street. As far as health issues, okay, there's, just minor things, like sometimes it's hard to sleep because if the temperature changes in my car from night to day, and I sleep late, so the sun's up for several hours by the time I wake up, then it can be hard to stay asleep because my car warms up and I'm in a sleeping bag that's for sub-zero temperatures. I have developed this rash on my face, which I just saw a doctor today for the 3rd time, so it's like $150 I've spent on him, plus another 60 or so for prescriptions. And it's mostly gone, but I'm not shaving again because I keep having this come back and it's re-irritated every time I shave. So I'm waiting for it to completely go away. And I think the rash is just from sleeping in my sleeping bag and having, the sleeping bag sealed in like on my face, and it's like, fungus grows or something. So that was a real hassle, and shaving can be really uncomfortable, so I'm waiting for that to be gone once and for all. And then my doctor recommended too, just shave once every 3 or 4 days. But even then I'm like, I just want to just be done with this thing for good. So maybe I'll just wait. I've already not shaved for 3 or 4 days. Maybe I'll just wait, another 3 or 4 days and see. I hate growing a beard, but I really don't want to keep battling this and then not shaving a few days. I'd rather, go all out and just end the rash right now. So sometimes sleep deprivation, a little, I can't eat the food that would be healthiest for me. I used to eat like oatmeal every day, bell peppers, canned fish like sardines. Sardines I still eat actually, but I can't cook food, so I'm reduced to eating things like a lot of yogurt, peanut butter, bread, spinach. I'll just eat it, handfuls of it, from the bag. So I try and still have a lot of, variety of foods. I'll eat tuna and almonds, a lot of almonds. So, I know that's not ideal. And then I eat, out, I'll eat the oatmeal at McDonald's or salads there, and I'll take the cheese out. So I can still eat relatively healthy, but, I worry about making sure my cholesterol's down, making sure, my vascular health is good. And then here's the other thing I've been noticing. I'm like, oh crap. I was wondering, why is it around my ankles, just above them, it's like it goes up on my leg and then goes out like this. You can see or feel where the socks restrict the blood flow and the skin on my legs and ankles. And part of that was because I was sleeping with my socks on for like 3 months. So I stopped doing that. And that issue stopped happening so much, but it still happens kind of easily. And also I noticed spider veins developing in my ankles. Not a major health issue, but I was looking up what that is, and it turns out it's like blood not flowing properly back out of the feet. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. My feet are down all the time. I don't have them up like when I'm sleeping in a bed where they're just level with my body. So I try and exercise can help with that, so I exercise really hard. I flex my feet and ankles to try and keep blood flowing up, and worry, if this can cause blood clots too. But that's the other big thing I noticed, just my feet always being down, because when I sleep in my car, my feet are still on the ground, or on the floor of the car, and I'm in the car seat, and there's no really other way to do it. I can't really put my feet up on the dashboard. That would be really uncomfortable. I can't lay across my car. I'm too tall for that. The car is not long enough. So I just got to, take certain precautions. I'm finally just sliding off the trunk of my car. Flex my feet, exercise, eat really healthy, no cigarettes, no smoking. Not that I smoke, but like very little alcohol. I've barely had any alcohol for the last 4 months or so. And the last thing is really just like, you know, mental health. And that's really, like, in a way, the hardest part of doing anything, but especially of, you know, the last few months and getting through it. It's not the physical circumstances so much. It's just, you know, the mental ability to get through situations and not let it get me too down and not be too frustrated, and, you know, don't have enough time, don't have money to go out, don't know what opportunities there are around here. I've been looking for jobs. When I talked to Joshua, by the way, Joshua, so he's the homeless guy I met, but he's kind of a drifter. He goes around to different hemp farms. He's going to one now. I just saw him again today, so we got lunch. I didn't film anything with him. We didn't have time, but just talked a little bit, and then he's heading out of town to work on the farm. So the mental challenge is like the biggest health issue, is just trying to be well, trying not to let this get me too down. You know, I don't mind so much just the facts of being homeless, like the routine of going to my car, sleeping in it, finding a place to sleep. It's not like I'm like out searching. Like, I know places that seem like places I can sleep. I would not try and sleep in a place like this, for instance. I'm in a fairly well-off neighborhood. It's not a huge parking lot. There's too much traffic. You know, people would notice. Maybe once or twice, yeah, I could get away with it, but I wouldn't even try and sleep around here. But it's just not trying to let things get me down. The fact that I don't have enough money to go out and really do much of anything. The fact that I'm working a job I don't like. I work nights as a bouncer. It's not a terrible job. I just don't like standing around doing nothing. I'm not being myself. So it's finding things to do, having a good routine, challenging myself. Like when I work out at the gym, even making this video is a challenge. I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? But challenging myself at the gym, not letting my body plateau, trying to eat very healthy, maintain my car. Hey, I used the rubbing compound again on my headlights to restore them today. That was real nice. So they were starting to fog up a little bit. Now they look clear. Not letting things like, oh, my expenses are going up, you know, it just get me down. Just keep going and staying busy. Part of that also is making videos. Part of that is I've been writing. I finally wrote the first draft of a screenplay that's going to need serious rewrites, but I was really glad to get that done. And then figuring out, okay, just what do I have to do to get the money together to direct this screenplay. Again, that's still a little whiles off because I got to rewrite it, and when you rewrite, the budget's going to change because it depends what you've written, how many people are in it, locations. So it's really sometimes a matter of just keep moving forward and not torture yourself with things that you know, you can't, like I feel I can't really get right now. Like, for instance, just the rash. The rash is really bothering me. It's barely, like, you can barely see it. It's mostly gone. But I know if I start shaving 2 or 3 days in a row, it's going to come right back. And that's really frustrating. I feel like, you know, I look like a slob. I mean, who cares? You know, who am I trying to impress? But I just don't like not being able to, you know, manage my routine to my own specifications, but I can't control that right now. And that's one of the things that comes with being homeless. And as much as I spent on the doctor, at least that's nowhere near as much as I would have spent on rent the last few months. So the mental challenge and mental health is almost the biggest thing I've had to deal with. You know, just being poor, the isolation, and not being able to afford to go out and do stuff. I have been given some serious thought to working on the farm, the hemp farm, where Joshua is going. I don't know if I'd want to do that though. Like, it would be tough work. As much as I'd love the idea of you can make thousands of dollars there. You can make, he said, $400 or $500 a day. I'd be reaching down, bending over, picking up the leaves or whatever, just every day. Just doing it over and over for hours and hours. And then I wouldn't have the phone. Or, I mean, I'd have my phone, but I'd have no electricity, and I'd have to go into town just to upload a video. I guess I'd have my car, so I could still charge my phone in my car sometimes, but there's no coverage where the farm is. So anyways, it's just something I've been kind of thinking about, but I don't know. In a way, I'd really like to try it and just push myself. It's like, what do I have to lose? If I could make $15,000, $20,000 and just come back after 2 or 3 months, well, that's good money. It's not sustaining, because then the season's over, and then I'd have to, you know, find some other work, and I'd put a lot of that money into making a short film. But then still got to make money after that. So, you know, that's the thing. Is just the mental health game. It's just having clarity, not torturing yourself, not making yourself miserable. You know, there's a lot I wish I could change, and but just knowing what I can change and have the certainty and clarity to go after it is one of the biggest things that affects me. And thank goodness I do have, you know, my physical health for the most part. It's just now I got to think a little bit about my feet and ankles, and managing this rash properly. I'm still putting tea tree oil on my face every day. Thanks, people who recommended that, particularly K-Dub's World. Wow, brakes are bad. All right, well, that's about it for me now. I'm gonna head inside, and it's weird feeling like I don't have anything to write right now. I already wrote that screenplay. I should start working on another one to give myself some distance from this one. So I might do that, and also just relax a little bit and think about what I'm gonna do next as far as trying to get this short film made. So thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe for more videos. We got a lot more coming, some collaborations coming. My mom and I got some videos we're working on soon, and you know, let me know what you think, and stay tuned. A lot more videos are coming out.